be able to purchase it through the Xbox store and play it backwards compatible. That includes Halo 1, Halo 2, all the way up through Xbox One. So, what do you think about that, Irish? You think that's enough to turn a guy from PlayStation to Xbox?
You know, I don't know, man. I'm pretty devout, but picking it up on the side, maybe. I don't think they'll ever steer me away, even with their stupid tax.
I don't know, man. They really hammered home a killer press conference, dude. Man, I just. But anyway, and then here's another thing that they did really well, and this isn't saying anything about anything. I'm not saying anything about the quality of the games, although I will say the quality of the game. There's actually a game that I want to play that's coming out on Game Pass. I'm going to play it. I'm going to download it. I'm going to play it. I can't remember when it comes out. I'm gonna look it up. But oh gosh, I can't even remember the name of the game. It was oh, Blair Witch. Blair Witch is the name of the game.
Oh, really?
I'm not a scary game guy, but that game looks so like creepy and just like it looks more like a thriller than it does like anything else. Like, and then they also highlighted a game called 12 Minutes, which was really weird. This was an Xbox first-party game. I can't remember who developed it. Oh, I think I can't remember who developed it. But they highlighted this game called 12 Minutes, and the way it opens is these two characters are sitting at a table, and they're talking, and she's like, "I got you something," and he's like, "Yeah, I know," and she's like, "You know?" And he's like, "Yes." And she goes, "You want to guess what it is?" And he goes, "It's something for an infant, blah, 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 you're pregnant." And she's like, "How do you know all this?"
Open!
And he's like, "Because this has happened
Just
before."
a little added security.
Just like,
Gotta keep those bully moms at bay,
and then,
or they'll rip your eyes out.
he's like, in a couple seconds, there's gonna be a man that walks through that door, that bangs on that door. He's here to hurt us. He says that you have something to do with your father's death. So, like, she, like, starts freaking out, right? And then the dude knocks on the door, and he comes in, and he starts killing the husband, and, like, the time loop resets. And every time something bad happens to the husband or the wife. And it's like a thriller, and, like, I don't know how I feel about playing that game. It's very weird. It's about being stuck in a time loop, but...
Yeah, it's like that fucking game that was snuck onto everybody's PS3 back before the PS4 came out.
Wait, what?
Yeah, there was a horror game that freaking just, like, everybody I knew woke up one day and this random game was up on the console. Downloaded itself, kind of shit. And it's like, what the fuck? What is this? So you open it up, start playing it, and it's legit. Like, you just keep walking in this loop through a house. And it's, oh man. And each time you go through, it does different shit. So you never know what's gonna happen next. I think it ended up being like a Silent Hill preview. Like of the upcoming Silent Hill of that time.
The gun in the cabinet.
That would be cool. So, in short, they highlighted 60 games at E3. Now, I'm not saying they said, "Hey, these games are coming out. Go check them out." I'm saying they showed previews for 60 different pieces of either DLC or straight up games.
Damn.
And like 14 of those 60 games were first party Xbox One games.
Ooh.
Like, and I honestly, like, I can't say enough about this press conference, dude. Like, they just did so well, and, like, honestly, like, I really hope that the work that they put forth, like, really pays off for their advertising and all that, you know, so...
Once upon a time, 4 Vault Hunters changed Pandora
moving forward
forever.
here...
Their time has passed.
So they talked about Game Pass,
Pandora needs a new
but they
hero.
talked about it a little
I know that
untraditionally
Than
they usually.
Well, I mean, they're talking about incorporating PC games
Not
into it.
incorporating PC. They actually released a, yeah, you're right, they're talking about incorporating PC. You're 100% right there. But what I'm talking about is they actually released a beta, Game Pass Ultimate, and that's actually part of the point here. If you get Game Pass Ultimate, you get Xbox Game Pass, you get Xbox Live Gold, and then you get PC Game Pass at no additional charge. They're charging you $15.99 a month for this.
That's pretty
That's
epic.
2 counts of Xbox Game Pass and Xbox Live. And on top of that, they're letting people join for $1 during E3.
What?
Dude,
Man.
I'm kidding this. Like, it's not a question. Like, I have a PC. I know the games that I like. I'm all about PlayStation now. I'm all about Stadia. I'm all about xCloud. Like, give me the ability to play video games on my PC, and I'm gonna play those video games. Like,
Straight
I
up.
want this. I want this.
I would
dude.
love to be able to play all the Halo games.
Yeah, Master Chief Collection's on there. Starting with Reach, they're releasing it episodically. So they put Reach down and Reach out first, and they're getting ready to release Halo Combat Evolved for it.
Ooh.
So like, and we're talking about backwards compatibility on the PC, so Xbox actually, oh gosh, I can't remember her name, she was the executive producer or something like that, she came out and she said,
Stick close to the robot. He will help you get off this glacier and into the city of Sanctuary.
that
is the only
Xbox
place you will be
Game
safe.
Pass was like, it was the girl at ID, which they actually joined Xbox, and yeah, and she came out on the stage and she was like, you know, we want to give you guys the ability to play with who you want, when you want, where you want. You know, all these good games will be available on Game Pass. And oh, by the way, here's this open beta for PC. Go have fun. We're not gonna charge you anything additional for it. This is dirt cheap, dude, for what they're offering, and it's 100 curated games specifically for PC. It's not like they took the games from Game Pass and the games that will play anywhere, or the games that will allow you to play here. It's specific PC games they put on there, including it was like Halo Combat Evolved, or Halo Reach.
Please say Fable.
Gears 5. I honestly don't know about these. They had a lot of different titles up there, and I believe, don't quote me on this, I mean, I'm just saying I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they actually talked about Cyberpunk 2077 coming out on Game Pass too. And they actually, that was another point that I wanted to bring up. They talked about Cyberpunk 2077, and Keanu Reeves is in that game, if you haven't been paying attention.
Oh yeah, no, I saw seeing all the updates. It's been big talk. Keanu's doing that.
Well, they brought him out on stage, dude, and like he was straight up there promoting Cyberpunk 2077, and like that game looks pretty cool, dude. Pretty cool. I first started watching it, and I was like, this game isn't for me. And then toward the end of it, I was like, this game is so for me.
Right.
So I'm hoping they don't anthem it. been in production for a long time. And games that are in production for a long time tend to turn into something entirely different than, you know, what they actually are.
And very rarely by the end of it are you happy typically with what they've done. Like,
yeah.
It's like, okay, you had all this time and it looked so good in the early stages, but now you're done all these years later and this is what you got to bring to the table? Like, what were y'all doing back there? Definitely wasn't
all right,
coding
we're gonna
it.
move forward. We need to take a quick break here, though. So we're gonna take a quick break. I have a promotion to plug, and then we will continue. So hang tight, everybody.
Yeah, let's adjust sensitivity here. Do 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 do.
I'm gonna hit this light real quick.
You still there?
Alright,
Thanks,
we're ready to
friend of
rock.
friends. Onward!
Sorry. Alright, so real quick here, before we get going, guys, real quick promotion here. This is promotion opportunity for us, or excuse me, sponsorship opportunity for us. This is Pro Finish Painting LLC. They are a construction crew. I'm actually part of them. They're general contracting. Big houses, small houses, whatever you need, destruction, demo, remodels, you know, we do it all. If you're in Southern Oregon and you guys need a paint job or you need a general contractor for framing, remodels, or whatever you need, Pro Finish Painting LLC will be there for you guys. Mark Kaczynski's actually the owner. His number is 541-810-1085, and that's Pro Finish Painting LLC. Tell him Irish and BTGinferno sent you there, and we can work a deal out. Maybe get you guys a 10% off your first paint job or something like that. So, like I said, Mark Kaczynski, Pro Finish Painting LLC. That's 541-810-1085 if you're in Southern Oregon and you need a general contractor. So, moving forward here, so the Xbox, Game Pass, PC Game Pass, they announced bundling it for Game Pass Ultimate. Like I said, there's 100 games specifically for PC, and they're actually bundling all of it together for $14.99 a month. Now, personally, I know people don't like paying for online. Do you have to pay for online to play on PlayStation? Like, if you and I wanted to play Borderlands, would I have to go buy an online membership?
Yeah, you have to have PS Plus. Depends though, because I have seen some cases where games will like allow you to play online without PS Plus, but that's like very hit and miss.
Right. Definitely. I know Fortnite is one of those that allows you to play without PS Plus.
And I apologize for saying wall sphincters. I say that a lot when I'm frightened.
But I know Fortnite's one of those that you don't have to have in order to play on PlayStation. So.
Yeah, I think what is it? Warframe might be another one as well.
Oh, is that the one where you go from planet to planet? It's kind of like a Destiny clone.
Yes, sir. Free to play. Destiny clones,
Great!
nonetheless.
Now we just gotta find someone to put it back into me. Much as I'm sure you'd like to jam your fist into my skull, optic surgery is
That's a
best
Destiny
left to
clone, right?
professionals. My pal Hammerlock and
Well, I guess Destiny would be a clone of it.
I'm on C.
Hey, I mean, that's kind of a which came first kind of situation. Chicken or the egg. Because, I mean, Destiny was in heavy development prior, I do believe, to Warframe. But Warframe kind of beat him to the punch on getting out there.
Well, to be fair, they released a highly incomplete game. They had to keep adding and iterating it, and that's why it was free to play for so long. But, I mean,
It's pretty epic though, dude, like, how far it has expanded. Like, there's
Warframe?
there's so much content, it's stupid.
oh yeah, dude, like, Warframe is, they've done a really good job at making sure that
it was nice knowing you. I hear
they
getting eaten
know,
alive by bully bogs
like,
isn't such a bad way to go.
people know
Let
who
me
the
get that for you.
developers are of that game. Like,
Executing phase
Warframe
shift.
is huge. So, and it's free to play.
Perks of being
Like,
an
what?
artificial
Who doesn't want
intelligence.
that?
I'm networked into almost everything on this planet. It's a long
But,
way to Sanctuary. Please take
anyway,
whatever you need for the journey
are
ahead.
you going to get PC Game Pass, Irish?
I'm definitely going to be looking into it for sure.
Just follow the
The worst case
Are you-
scenario,
did
I'll
you-
end up getting it when I get my school money.
Well, I was actually going to ask you, one of the other things that they were talking about was xCloud. And did you know Microsoft's actually putting that out? They're
Let's
working
see.
with GTX.
Really? And
Yeah,
what is
so,
what's the xCloud do? Essentially the same thing as like Shadow PC and such? Or?
yeah, exactly. It was what you were talking about. So if we're on a phone and we're just like out and about, we have an internet connection, you're gonna use xCloud to actually play your games. So your phone will just run the graphics while the cloud, quote unquote cloud PC does its job.
So your
So
cloud,
that was
they're
another
going to be
thing.
cloud emulating Xboxes.
over here.
Exactly.
They can be
Exactly.
essentially used anywhere on any device. Like that.
Keep your
So
wits about
what
you,
they were
minion.
saying
This
was
place is
anywhere
run by
you
a fan
want,
named
anytime you
Captain
want,
Flint. The jerk kept me as his torture
wherever
plaything for
you
a few
want.
months. We played
So
games
they made
like
it
Dodge the
seem
Blowtorch
like, and
don't
like
get dogs to the
again,
pool of acid. I was
I'm
really
cautiously
good at the
optimistic
first one.
about all of these cloud services as they were.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason being is because, you know, there's a lot of promises being made by Stadia, and there's a lot of promises which they actually had like a quote unquote connect, which we'll talk about next week. But there's a lot of promises that are being made by all of these cloud services, and I'm hoping that they can live up to that, you know.
Yeah.
They, you know, Google was the first, Stadia was the first, with promising 4K, you know, 60 FPS. Like they made it like they are the reason we have all these cloud services, because a lot of what Microsoft and Sony were doing was in response to what Stadia was doing, because of how good of a job they did in all of that. So hopefully, my hope is, excuse me, my hope is with the Stadia and the xCloud, especially with the xCloud, that they're able to deliver on the promises, especially that they're promising, like, for, you know, the Handsome collection. Like, if you're gonna tell me that I can go out and I can play the Handsome Jack collection or the Handsome collection, whatever, on my phone, I'm all for that. You don't like that's perfect for me. But I just hope that it's good to be cautiously optimistic. You know, it's good to taper expectations because a lot of what Stadia promised is what these other cloud, quote-unquote cloud streaming services are promising, and
Are they going to be able to bring something different and better to the table?
Exactly. Well, not only that, but are they going to be able to do everything that they say? Like, is my phone really going to be able to run the Handsome Collection and the Master Chief Collection and Halo 5?
Or am I going to have to have a minimum, you know, requirement on this phone that I can use to be able to achieve
Right.
this?
Like, if you're going to tell me I can play Halo 5 on my phone and my brother's playing something and we can get into a lobby just like in Xbox, you don't got to tell me that's a good thing. Like, I'm all for it, you know? But with xCloud, like, if you're, like, there's a lot of promises just like with Stadia, and it's good to be cautiously optimistic about that stuff and taper your expectations. So, it's just something to be aware of, in my opinion. You know, we mentioned the 100 games specifically for PC. One thing that I also did write down here, because it's a huge score for Xbox, is Double Fine joins the Xbox developers. Now, they're developers of Psychonauts and Brutal Legend. Did you play either of those, Irish?
I want to say yes on Psychonauts a little bit, but the other one, no.
Brutal Legends. So Brutal Legends was going back, actually. Let's see, it was would have been a 2011 game, maybe 2010. But Brutal Legends was the one with Jack Black, and you were a heavy metal player, and basically, the whole idea of it, of the Jack Black being part of the metal player or whatever, was it was like an RTS, but basically it was just like Tenacious D, dude. It had such a Tenacious D feel to it. Like, you ever watched that game? Or have you ever watched that movie Tenacious D?
Oh yeah. Damn near religiously.
I've never watched it like through, but like they got the feeling very close. Like
I think that's what you need to do after you're done here. Sit down, smoke yourself silly, and watch the shit out that movie. Be one with the Sasquatch.
But but I mean the game itself was really good, and Brutal Legends, like I said, it had Jack Black in it and all that. They actually showed something I'm actually excited for, like really excited for. They showed Psychonauts 2. Yeah, and it actually looked clean, dude. Like, it looked real clean. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it looked real good. Like, it made me want to go back and play the first one so that I know what the hell's going on in the second one. And, Double Fine, I said Don't Fine. Double Fine, I think that's their name. Double Fine, right? Yeah, Double Fine. Double Fine did a really good job with that and promoting their games through Game Pass. So a first-party studio for them is perfect. Like, it's great. So, lots to look forward to as far as ID. You know, Double Fine joining the Xbox team. You know, Xbox said they were gonna bring the titles this year. Xbox said, you know, Xbox said we're bringing you guys. Sorry about the light situation. Xbox said we're bringing you guys games. So, and they said we're bringing the first party games, and they brought them, dude. Like they really delivered on this. Like I really honestly can't say enough about the press conference that they delivered because it really was that good. Like I said, they highlighted 60 games and of those 60 games, 40 of those were or 40, not 40, 14 of those were first party games. So, and if all of those are supposed to be on Xbox Game Pass day one, like, I'm not gonna say all of them I wanted to download, but there was a good chunk that I had that had me interested. So, I mean, bring on the titles.
Right.
That's all I can say. Let's see what else here. Oh, the Xbox Elite Controller Series 2, Elite Controller Series 2. So I want this controller. So they gave people an option to win this controller through like a post that you shared through Xbox, or Xbox E3 on Twitter.
Nice.
And basically the post was like, hey, retweet this and you'll be entered for a chance to win this controller. I retweeted it, and I am hoping and praying and wanting this controller to come to me. Oh, no, we're offline. Good? Lost us for a minute. Wonder what that was all about. Stream is continuing. Alright, cool. Let's lost us for a minute. Anyway, I am hoping, praying, and wishing that I get this controller and I win this controller, dude, because honestly, like, if I was to win this controller, I'd use it every day. That's what I posted too. Like, that's what I posted too when I entered for a chance to win. I retweeted it and I was like, day one, I've had an Elite controller. Haven't gone a day without it. Like, first one broke, bought another one. That one broke, my parents bought another one for me for Christmas. Like, I haven't gone without an Elite controller, and if they give me the option to win, or like if I win this, I'm gonna lose my mind, dude. Like, so it has a couple cool perks that the original controller didn't have. I want to get your opinion on this. You got the screenshots, right?
I don't believe I did.
No?
Is it the controller with the removable sticks and whatnot?
Yeah. So what it is it has more adjustable pieces, and one of those adjustable pieces is the tension on your sticks for the controller. So the controller has a certain tension to it. I'm sure anybody knows, like, especially that uses the high-end scuff controllers or the Elite controllers. It has a certain tension to it that helps the stick snap back. Really, really, like, simple.
Well, it's easier to
Doesn't go any further.
Like, if you're playing at a high sensitivity, if you have tighter sticks, you damage your sticks less. You haven't.
Right, exactly. So that tension is adjustable on the actual sticks, which is something that they haven't done before. And honestly, like, that is super cool. I want more. I hope we can expect more of that going forward with, like, the Elite Controller Series 3, if that's what they choose to do. You know, they are releasing another console, and it wouldn't surprise me if they released an Elite controller to go along with that console.
That would be pretty awesome.
I mean, it would be pretty cool.
Since my minion just saved your town,
No doubt.
you want to do your best to clap a favor and repair my eye?
Another thing that they actually highlighted, and they really hammered this home, like they really put the nail to the board here.
Please stay back, Vault Hunter.
There's more adjustable pieces, so you have more stick options. You have more options for your D-pads. You have more options for your paddles. Like, they really hammered home the fact that there was like 30 different ways to play with this controller. Like, and honestly,
I shall be out directly.
30 different ways is quite the promise. And I'm not going to say that they can't do it, because if anybody can do it, it's Xbox. One thing I will say about Xbox is they pride themselves in controller comfortability and selection, like, and the closest thing that PlayStation has to that is SCUF. And SCUF controllers are no joke. Don't get me wrong.
I would love it.
SCUF controllers are incredible. They're expensive for a reason. But for an Elite controller compared to a SCUF controller, it's just night and day, dude. And honestly, like, I'm really impressed with what they did with this controller. Another thing that they did was they added a preset. So the presets for the original Elite controller, you had one preset and two presets. The Switch controlled the preset, and whatever preset you were on was what you had your controller mapped to. Now on Xbox, I don't know how PlayStation is, but on Xbox you can actually map your controller. So if you want Y to be A, you can map it so that every time you hit Y, it registers as A. So for the Elite controller, right? So you can map out your entire controller the way you want it to play, and then additionally you can map out those paddles. So for instance, my brother plays Halo with L trigger and R trigger as the aim and shoot. So he hits that L trigger bottom paddle, and then he uses that right trigger to shoot, or that right paddle to shoot. And like for me, I use the face buttons for my presets, so I don't have to take my hands off the sticks. But yeah, so there's like different ways to play with this controller, and like something that they did with the series was they added an additional preset with the second series. They added a second preset, or third preset, and that allows for more diverse play style. You know, are you a PC gamer at all?
Oh yeah, a bit. I mean, I would definitely be more of a PC gamer if I had something better than a GTX 760, but...
Right, that's rough, but I mean, at least it gets the job done.
Yeah, that's about it.
Would you order a Xbox One Elite controller, knowing that it works for PC?
Maybe. I mean, I know that the freaking PlayStation 4 controllers work on PC as well.
I'm not sure. Oh, do they? Yeah, they do.
Bounty board's broken.
Yeah, I use mine on there all the time for
I plan to post some jobs for you. Oh well, just speak to me instead.
Yeah, playing like, you know, first-person shooters and shit works really good. Like I've dabbled a little bit on some Destiny 2 on the PC, and controller works great for it.
Destiny 2 on the PC?
Mm-hmm.
Play that?
Yeah.
Often?
Yeah. I mean, on the PC, not as much as I do on console. I'm definitely more of a console player when it comes to Destiny. If I had, like I said, a better setup to where it actually was making it more worthwhile. But, I mean, right now, like, I'm going to have to fucking get a way better graphics card, because I've got the PS4 Pro running on a 4K, so...
Yeah.
It's going to take a bit to beat that.
What's that?
It's going to take a bit to beat that for my PC setup. I'll have to get a 4K TV and a higher-end graphics card.
No
this town used to have a spectacular amount of
I want a
bustle
4K PC so bad, dude.
Citizens fled to sanctuary, though Captain...
It would be nice. I mean, I'm damn near there. I just gotta, like I said, upgrade the freaking graphics card, probably cooling at that point, get some good freaking liquid cooling.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
it seems like you got a pretty low future pace. So...
I mean, just give you a little little eye here. I don't wanna. I'm not sure if you can see in there at all. But... Are you able to see in
wow,
there?
that's pretty nice, dude.
Yeah, it's
Pretty nice.
a project in the work.
I think it's pretty cool, dude. Actually. That's the nice thing about a PC, you can build it over time.
Yep.
No doubt about that.
Yeah, I went and got a good deal on freaking new motherboard and motherboard, CPU, and graphics card. I mean, pretty much I just paid for the freaking motherboard and CPU, and then homeboy went and threw in the graphics card as well, because it was an older one that was run down and giving him problems, and he got a new one.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, I'll throw this in for free. I paid like $200-300 for motherboard, CPU
Wow,
combo.
that's not bad at all,
And
dude.
I mean, it's an
It's not bad at all.
i8 4 gigahertz. So.
i8, so that's pretty recent.
Mm-hmm.
Because the i9 just came out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's what he went and upgraded to, was the i9 after selling me his i8. I was like,
yeah. That's cool. Now let's move on to the last part of the
Lylersburg, I see no reason that wild bully monks would
segment
lollygag about the place,
of Xbox
disrespecting
Scarlet.
the memories of the former townsfolk. If you could clear the town of them, that would be most gentlemanly.
This will actually be it for today. We're going to go in depth on, and then we'll wrap this up afterwards. We'll go in depth on BTGinferno and everything, you know, regarding Bethesda's press conference, Nintendo's E3s. Like, we got a longer show next week, so stay tuned for that. That's going to be part 2. So that'll come this Saturday. We're going to go live, what, at 6, Irish?
I don't know. We may end up wanting to go a little bit sooner next week, because it's going to be a longer show. Like, we could end up looking at like closer to a 2-hour show with the amount of information we still have.
You're right. That's very true.
And you know, between now and then, there's probably going to be more stuff that comes out that, you know, leaks after, you know, the leaks that come after the E3 conferences.
Right. And that's why I want to do a part 2 Saturdays, because I want to go over everything in E3. The reason I wanted to go live today was because I wanted to talk about Microsoft's press conference and basically Bethesda too, but we're kind of running a little long here. Unfortunately, we just won't be able to get to as much Bethesda as I like. So, save it for next week. Or later this week, whatever.
Yeah.
With that said though, Scarlet, moving forward with Scarlet, so Xbox Scarlet is from the same exact team that made the Xbox One X. It's the same exact team that made the most powerful console in the world. And Phil Spencer knew exactly what he was doing when he put this team on making this new console. So one of the things that they really hammered home is SSD. Now, one thing Sony really expressed when they mentioned SSD is it's going to be more expensive for you to buy your console. That's something Xbox didn't really express. Now, I'm not daft. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not daft. I know that's going to drive the price of the console. And I had a big debate with somebody online yesterday, or day before. Basically, there was a press release that came out that said the PlayStation is going to be cheaper and more powerful than the Xbox Scarlet. And obviously, it was a very biased view of looking at the consoles. You know, everybody's got a favorite. You know, mine is personally Xbox. I'm not gonna lie. And that's just because that's where my friends are. You know, I have more of my friends on Xbox than PlayStation. That's really what it comes down to. Well, the argument that was made online was something to the effect of, I put out, I was like, yeah. I like how everybody's making speculations about these new consoles, and nothing that they said has been concrete. This was prior to the Xbox briefing. I said nothing that they've said about these consoles has been concrete, except for we're not going to see them in April of next year. So let's withhold first impressions until we actually get first impressions. Obviously, that got backlash. You know what I mean? That comment was very neutral. You know what I mean? It wasn't Xbox leaned, and it wasn't PlayStation. It was a very neutral comment. It was just, hey, let's withhold first impressions of all the consoles until we get first impressions, you know? And obviously that got backlash. So one guy was like, hey, PlayStation will be better. They're gonna let Microsoft go first, you know, because Microsoft's going to dummy. Right? And I was like, you're gonna tell me cloud computing? You're gonna tell me quantum computing is a year early, according to PC Gamer, which is the most knowledgeable PC magazine to date in regards to gaming and computing. And you're gonna tell me Sony can do that better than Microsoft, even though Microsoft's a computer company first. And we're gonna get it for cheaper. I was like, there's a lot of different accounts there. There's a lot of different things to take in. The moral to all that is basically with SSD. I know we can expect a price increase on the Xbox. I'm not that. But with that said, I would hope that it would be competitive with the PlayStation market, being that they drove the price of the consoles up. That killed them for success in the PlayStation or Xbox One race. You know what I mean? So as far as Scarlett's concerned, being more powerful and being able to keep the console as cheap as possible is in their best interest. So that's what Microsoft is going to do. And that's why I'm excited for Scarlett. I really can't say a whole lot about it other than what we have. Again, we haven't gotten a lot of information on the system as a whole. We know it has an SSD. We know it's very probably going to have a disk drive. We know that it's going to have a processor that's probably more powerful than the Xbox One X. We can safely assume that. You know, technology's always progressing. So Scarlett's something to be excited about, just like the PS5 is something to be excited about. It's quantum computing. You know, we're moving towards the future of gaming. Like, who doesn't want a PlayStation and an Xbox? I don't know a single gamer that if you got them an Xbox for Christmas, they'd be like, you can, never mind. You can just take that back. I don't need that. So.
Yeah,
but,
it's pretty unheard of.
So what about Scarlett? I mean, are you interested? Is that something that you'd possibly look into buying?
Definitely, if I can afford it, I would definitely get it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, dude, Scarlett. Really, Scarlett is something to look for.
I mean, honestly, dude, if I had the money and I had it my way, I'd have every system and, like, every good game out for every system.
That's what I'm saying, right?
I'm a devout gamer. I don't hold any bias in one direction or the other. If it's good, I enjoy it. You know?
I do have all the systems. I have an Xbox One, a PlayStation 4, a PC, a Switch. So I have the big four. But, I mean...
Yeah, I'm just missing the Xbox currently. I got the Switch, I've got PC, I've got PS4. Mobile all day.
Oh man, you're letting me down, Irish. What's happening here?
Yeah, I used to have an Xbox. It's just once they did the Xbox One, I haven't been able to afford. It was choose between Xbox One or PS4, and I ended up going PS4, and then they came out the
Okay, I gotta get
Pros.
this out while we have people watching. So
yeah, definitely.
if you guys have questions, please tweet them out to us. You can find me at BTGinferno on Twitter, and you can find him at Irish1620 on Twitter. If you guys have questions, please tweet them out to us and join the Discord server, Broken Controllers. I'll actually put a link there after the show. So if you guys want to join that, that's a good way to get your questions too. So if you guys are interested, please send your questions and we'll give you our opinion. Anyway, yeah, Xbox Scarlet. Super excited. So, just like I am for the PlayStation 5. I got nothing but you know, what's the word I'm looking for?
High
I
hopes
got
and
nothing
tons of love.
but excitement for the next gen gaming. I'm curious to see what Nintendo's gonna do too. They did do an E3 briefing, which we'll actually go over next week as well. There's gonna be a lot of information about E3 this Saturday. I'll probably go live around 4, just because, like Irish said, it's gonna be a long show. So we'll go live around 4. We'll have a couple hours of information to talk about. E3 is an exciting time, so I wanted to do an episode, and Irish was all about it, so I was like, hey, let's do this. But after this week, guys, that's gonna wrap it up. The Microsoft press conference was incredible. We'll go into more information about Doom Eternal and Bethesda's press conference, as well as E3's, Nintendo's briefing, and Square Enix as well, which was Final Fantasy VII information, I'm sure. So, if you haven't watched the Xbox press conference, go check it out. They highlighted 60 games. They showed 60 different previews. It's an incredible press conference. It's really well organized. If you have the ability to do so, go check that out. And they had 14 first-party games there, stuff that's coming out on Xbox Game Pass. So definitely a lot of cool stuff happening, and gonna go more in depth for the shorter press conferences next week. So that's gonna wrap it up. Is there anything else that you wanted to address while we have the camera on us, Irish?
I mean, I think that's about it. Other than maybe one last shout out to your pops' paint company.
Yeah, so Pro Finish Painting. If you guys are in Southern Oregon, if you guys are interested in a paint job, give us a call. Your estimate's free. Just tell them BTGinferno sent you, BTG and Irish sent you, and they'll give you a free estimate. They'll hook you up. We'll make sure of it. Like, I'm part of that company. I will personally make sure that you guys get a hookup. So if you're in Southern Oregon, you guys need a paint job, an estimate, give Pro Finish a call. 541-810-1085. Ask for Mark Kaczynski.
Now,
alright guys, it's gonna wrap it up this week. Appreciate you showing up, Irish. As always, we will have it another E3 Part 2 coming up this Saturday at 4 p.m. And that's gonna do it, guys. So thanks for showing up.
One last quick question in regards to all that. Northern California, is that viable, or is that too far out of range?
We are currently working on getting licensed in California, but right now we are not currently licensed.
Okay,
so,
that's what I was figuring. That's why I wanted to make sure and look into it.
Yeah, we will be posting updates on the and ads on the Broken Controllers Facebook page and our Twitters. This is an awesome sponsorship opportunity for us, guys, and just to have you guys here listening to our spiels is really special. So I really appreciate it, and I appreciate you showing up every week, Irish, as well. So
no problem, man. Glad to be here.
All right, that's gonna wrap it up, guys. Look for Part 2 this Saturday at 4 p.m. And you guys can find me at BTGinferno on Twitter. You can find me at BTGinferno on Facebook, and then on YouTube, and then on Facebook you can search Broken Controllers, and that is going to be our Facebook page where we post all that information. Don't forget to join the Discord server. That's Broken Controllers. Just search on Discord Broken Controllers. You're more than welcome to join. We don't have it set to private or anything like that, so you just click on it, hit join, you're good to go. So where can they find you, Irish?
Everywhere, Irish1620. Irish1620.gaming on Instagram and Facebook as well. But I mean,
all right, so
PlayStation.
Right, PlayStation,
Twitter.
Xbox, all that.
Yeah, everywhere.
Yeah, mine's BTG. Anyway, that's gonna wrap it up, guys, this week. For us on this Saturday. Thanks for this part. Thanks for showing.
Later.